Tonight we'll give you an inside look at the making of a VEISHEA float.
I'll fill you in on some of the upcoming weekend VEISHEA activities.
Fred Hoiberg nabs another sharpshooter and spring football comes to a close. I'll have more in sports.
And I'll let you know whether we'll see some rain or sunshine this VEISHEA weekend. You're watching Newswatch 18.
Newswatch 18. Newswatch 18 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 18. I'm Rachel Lake.
And I'm Brittany Gant. Thanks for joining us. Let's head over to the weather desk with Colleen for more information on what we can expect this weekend. Colleen?
Well, we saw another pretty gloomy, kind of misty day today, and that might continue into tomorrow. So as we take a look at our day planner for tomorrow, we can see that by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning when people are heading out to class, we might see a bit of a rain-snow mix that'll be occurring with a temperature around 34. As we move into the noon hour, the temperature will raise to about 40 degrees, and those showers should be diminishing just a little bit. And by the evening hours, the winds will start to pick up, but the temperature will be around 41 degrees. And I'll give you details on the rest of your forecast coming up.
Ever wonder how campus organizations put together their floats for the VEISHEA parade? ISU TV's Natalie Foistad and Kody Gradell give you an inside look on how those floats come together.
Since 1922, the VEISHEA parade has been a staple of VEISHEA Week. Many student-run organizations take part in the parade by showcasing their floats. Freshman leaders in engineering, T.C. Ringenberg, says planning and building a float is a semester-long process.
We started planning this year's float right at semester. We elected our 2 co-chairs who helped me out in November. And then we got into our first build group meeting early January, and every build group leader is in charge of a certain project. We make Gantt charts to kind of schedule out the process of all of it through the whole spring.
Ringenberg also says that putting together a float builds leadership skills within the organization.
We build a float every year. It's a great way to kind of develop leadership within the College of Engineering. There's never really like a textbook on how to make a float. There's a lot of troubleshooting involved, and it really just is a great way to kind of build community.
Building a float can be expensive, oftentimes running organizations over $1,000 to produce their float.
$1,200 for this year's float. Last year's was a lot smaller, and I think we got it a little less expensive for a little over $500.
Each year, organizations try to improve on their float. Ringenberg says he would like to outdo the previous year's float, but says the real goal is to get everyone in the organization to come together and get involved with the float building process.
Every year you try and do something better, improve a little bit. And really I think the biggest thing is just getting students involved is the biggest thing for me. It's a competition.
With Kody Gradell, this is Natalie Foistad for ISU TV.
The 91st VEISHEA parade will be held at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. The route will begin at Mole Bio and go all the way through Central Campus before ending at the Food Science Building.
As part of VEISHEA, students will perform the musical Fiddler on the Roof this weekend. Phil Sears has more.
This year's Stars Over VEISHEA has more connections to students than most productions here.
Fiddler on the Roof is maybe the ideal Stars Over VEISHEA production.
And it can be summed up in one word: tradition.
It shows a different side of a culture that we might not be so used to, and it really brings history to life on a stage.
Fiddler on the Roof has been produced 4 times at ISU, but this is the first time Fiddler has been performed in Fisher Theater.
What they will be getting is a much more intimate version of the production, simply based on the intimacy that Fisher creates.
And an intimate theater means a close-knit cast.
The people that were cast in the show do a really good job at portraying that real life and the heartache and the hardships, but also those fun times that you can laugh and love each other as well.
For example, the wedding scene in Fiddler on the Roof, the whole town is there to see when Zeitel gets married, you know, and Model. And so everybody really supports each other. In the show, everybody in the cast really supports each other.
Theater is very unique as an art form, and that it takes a village to put it together every time.
Just the other night, actually, I think the guy who plays Nahum was walking home in the rain, and I saw him, and I was like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. So I pulled over and picked him up and took him back to Friley. You know, you really develop a friendship with a lot of the people, and you care about their well-beings.
It's a good mix of veterans and new people that are doing their first show at Iowa State. And what that's creating is a neat atmosphere of teaching and learning that yields a great result, which is what theater at a college level should be about.
And, with VEISHEA, that's exactly what it is that this university is all a bunch of parts together to make one great thing.
Phil Sears, ISU TV.
Showings will be tomorrow night and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. at the Fisher Theater. Adult and senior tickets are $21 and student tickets are $16. Single tickets are available at any Ticketmaster, the Iowa State Center ticket office, or at the door.
Whether you're a running fanatic or enjoy leisurely walks, participating in the VEISHEA 5K Run Walk will still make a difference in the lives of 5 high school seniors. 5 scholarships will be awarded to future Iowa State freshmen who show leadership or community service excellence. The scholars will be acknowledged in the VEISHEA opening ceremonies on Saturday and will ride in the parade. The run walk will take place this Saturday at 8 a.m. Registration costs $20 and check-ins at 7:30 a.m. north of Lincoln Way on Welch Avenue.
The Earthquake Engineering Research Institute Iowa State chapter placed 9th at the 10th annual EERI Seismic Design Competition, which included 35 teams. The club designed a 5-foot-tall earthquake-resistant structure out of balsa wood, which was tested at the competition in Seattle, Washington, by 3 different kinds of earthquake simulation. Each structure in the competition underwent a 6.7 Richter scale simulation and a 6.9 Richter scale simulation. The Iowa State chapter structure was one of 10 teams to move on to a failure test before placing 9th.
3 professors at Iowa State University have helped to unlock some of the secrets in the genome of the common turtle in a recently published paper in the journal Genome Biology. Frederick Jansen, Nicole Valenzuela, and Anne Bronikowski, professors and associate professors in ecology, evolution, and organismal biology, were 3 of the study's authors. The study focused on the western painted turtle's most remarkable characteristics. These characteristics include the ability to withstand freezing temperatures and the ability to hibernate for months underwater with little oxygen. Jansen, Valenzuela, and Bronikowski believe that that studying the genes responsibility for these characteristics in turtles can make a difference, maybe even someday for humans.
So Kody, what's this I hear about a new basketball member?
Yeah, it looks like Fred Hoiberg is going to load up on some more shooters. I'll have more in sports. This is Newswatch 8. Welcome back to Newswatch 18. I'm Kody Peterson with your Cyclone Sports Update. Under Fred Hoiberg, the Iowa State men's basketball team has established a reputation for deadly outside shooting. The Cyclones led the nation last season in 3-pointers per game, making almost 10 per contest. With the loss of 6 seniors, including the country's best 3-point shooter in Tyrus McGee, Hoiberg will have to lean on contributions from incoming freshmen and junior college transfers. On Wednesday, the Cyclones signed sharpshooter KJ Bluford from Northeast Community College in Nebraska. Bluford made 205 3-pointers in his 2-year career at Northeast and is ranked as the 57th best junior college recruit in the nation according to JUCOrecruiting.com. He will have 2 years of eligibility at Iowa State. The Iowa State football team will be breaking in a number of new starters when they take the field in August against UNI. That inexperience on both sides of the ball make practices in April that much more important. Nearly a month of spring football comes to a conclusion Saturday in the annual Gridiron Club Spring Game. Some storylines to follow include replacing all Big 12 performers Jake Knott and A.J. Klein at linebacker, and an introduction to a new offensive philosophy, the pistol formation. The spring game is free to the public and begins at 2 o'clock at Jack Trice Stadium. The Cyclone Golf Squad is gearing up for a trip to the Big 12 Championships beginning this Sunday. The tournament is being held at Prairie Dunes Country Club in Hutchinson, Kansas. Iowa State will face stiff competition as 6 of the 9 teams in the Big 12 are ranked in the top 50 according to Golf Week, including defending champion Texas. The Cyclones come in at number 89. Head coach Andrew Tank's team is short on experience, but features one of the most talented golfers in the country in sophomore Scott Fernandez. In 8 tournaments this season, Fernandez has finished in the top 5 7 times. Fernandez is the 7th-ranked golfer in the country and is on pace to shatter the school record for stroke average. You can follow the Cyclones' progress at golfstat.com. One of the more popular co-ed VEISHEA tournaments took place Tuesday night. Matt Van Winkle and Austin Gerber have more.
VEISHEA tournaments continued Tuesday night at the Lead Rec Center with the annual co-ed Treads tournament.
Treads is similar to Ultimate Frisbee, but obviously there's a football involved instead. We do co-ed treads to get a couple more people involved in campus, and hopefully everyone's having a great time.
This game is more about strategy than it is strength. You got to have a lot of endurance.
So instead of having downs, the time never stops, the ball never stops. So if there's a turnover, the next team takes the ball, they toss it backwards, and then they start moving forwards from there. If you catch the ball, you can move backwards or side to side, but you cannot move forwards without passing the ball.
In treads, each team has to have at least 2 people of the opposite sex on the field, and a girl must touch the ball before scoring a point.
I think it's fair. I mean, it makes it more difficult, but since both teams have to do it, it makes it a fair advantage, and it makes it more fun for both of us.
They're a huge part of the game. If the girl doesn't contribute very much, then it's very hard to win, and you kind of need them there.
The winner of Tuesday's Treads tournament was Team Albee, who also took home the VEISHEA Dodgeball Championship on Monday. Stay tuned to ISU TV for more coverage of the 2013 VEISHEA tournaments.
Weather permitting, VEISHEA tournaments will resume Saturday with the 3-point and slam dunk contests and the 5K run walk. We'll have coverage from those events on Tuesday's Newswatch. With the addition of a dominant post in Dwight Howard and a 3-time MVP in Steve Nash, the expectations for the Los Angeles Lakers were big. But within 5 games, they had fired their head coach, Mike Brown, and then they hired a coach not named Phil Jackson and Mike D'Antoni. Then Howard wasn't happy with Bryant. Then franchise staple Pau Gasol wasn't happy with D'Antoni. Then team leader Bryant tore his Achilles. Nash is reportedly still on the team, but who knows at this point. All the drama culminated last night in L.A. when the Steve Blake-led Lakers beat the Houston Rockets in overtime. The win, combined with the Utah loss, gave L.A. the 7th seed, meaning they avoid Kevin Durant and the defending Western Conference champs in Oklahoma City. They will open at San Antonio at 2:30 this Sunday. That's all I've got in sports. Colleen, are we going to have to celebrate VEISHEA weekend in the rain?
Well, there may be some spotty showers, but I'll have full details on that next in your forecast. And welcome back to Newswatch 18. I'm Colleen Melbourne. We had some impressive rain totals over the past day. You can see here in Ames, we saw well over an inch, and even in Ottumwa, saw well over 3 inches of rain. Definitely caused some flash flooding issues in that area. The next few days, however, don't look to be much of an improvement. Some rain and snow mix overnight tonight. Maybe a few rays of sunshine peeking out on Saturday for us, but those showers will continue on throughout the rest of the week ahead. Temperatures across the state right now, 37 in Ottumwa as well as Des Moines, and 35 here in Ames. So keeping it nice and chilly for us this evening. And current winds are currently out of the northwest, gusty around 20 to 23 miles per hour. It's making the actual temperature feel around 24 here in Ames and 26 in Des Moines. And that will continue to feel very blustery and cold overnight tonight. Clouds and radar, that rain has moved off well into the Wisconsin and Great Lakes area. And these snow showers that are lingering around will start to creep into our area overnight tonight. So we might see some of that linger in our area, but there's no real accumulation expected with that. Futurecast for us, that low pressure system that brought all that rain for us, will push its way out of the state, just leaving us with some cloudy conditions once again. Some of that rain snow mix may happen tomorrow, but clear out by the noon hour. And by Saturday, we may see some peaks of sunshine coming through, and that will leave us with a nice VEISHEA weekend for us. Overnight tonight, 32 with a bit of a rain snow mix. And we'll see 41 for a high tomorrow with some windy conditions, those showers ending early. And the week ahead for us, you can see the chance of rain starts to pop back in on Sunday and Monday and throughout the rest of the week. And that's all I have for you guys. Now back to the desk.
Dunkin' Donuts kicked off the VEISHEA campus cookout on Monday. Hundreds of students lined up on Central Campus for hot coffee and donuts, sponsored by the College of Business. Hickory Park was handed out Tuesday, sponsored by the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Hot dogs and noodles and company, sponsored by the College of Engineering, were available on Wednesday. Panda Express, sponsored by the College of Human Sciences, was available today. Papa John's and Little Caesars Pizza, sponsored by the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, will be available tomorrow. Meals are $2 a day and can be bought during lunchtime on Central Campus if you didn't purchase a button.
The College of Human Sciences is working on multiple ways to improve the health and wellness of workers throughout the state. Student and faculty in the Department of Kinesiology have helped local businesses throughout Ames. 20 students have gone into businesses over the past 5 years through Wellness Works, which is a Saturday-led service learning effort. ISU also has a campus group called Healthiest ISU Initiative that works to support efforts by faculty, staff, and students to maintain healthy lifestyles. So, how's everyone's VEISHEA going so far?
It's been all right. I had to give a presentation and I had a test today, but I'm ready for the weekend.
Same here. I haven't been able to do much, but I'm going to get that started here shortly.
Same with me. I'm hoping the weather turns out nice for it too.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I think the weather's really putting a damper on the VEISHEA celebrations.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
It seems to rain every single VEISHEA.
Yeah, every year.
It's a bummer.
But we may actually have a sunny VEISHEA Saturday. Like last year, it was really rainy and cold. So.
Is it going to be like 40 sunny or like 55 sunny?
That's all we've got for you tonight on Newswatch.
Be sure to tune in on Tuesday at 8 for more Cyclone news, weather, and sports.
Have a fun VEISHEA weekend.